Hey there, YouTube. This is Gru. I'm wearing my goggles and I'm loving them. So, this is a bit of a news rant to see if that's my niche. China has recently stepped in on North Korea, and that wasn't really a big surprise to me. They were sitting on the fence, and certain people were thinking about whether or not they would do anything about it, especially since it was once described that the relationship between China and North Korea is just about as close as the relationship between lips and teeth, and barring certain African tribes, that's pretty dang close. And well, it's not really a surprise to me, both because of the Wikileaks cable that had a Chinese ambassador describing North Korea entirely as a country. He was describing them as a spoiled child. So it didn't really become a big surprise to me with North Korea going belligerent and every country in the region deciding that no, yeah, North Korea is being belligerent and they need to be stopped. So the other reason it wasn't a surprise to me is mostly because China, they may be a little delusional. The recent Nobel Prize, Peace Prize laureate, and their reaction to his nomination, especially since they only got 20 out of 100 and something countries not to show up to the ceremony, uh, is a bit prime example. But when every country in the region starts agreeing with each other except for China and North Korea, China is going to have to decide to do some things with that. So, uh, on a related topic, Wikileaks, with it going down and Assange being arrested and a whole bunch of other things going on, and especially the U.S.'s involvement in the whole affair, and especially the United States media involvement, especially the push to unanimously decry WikiLeaks in the media, uh, leads me to find a funny coincidence. The U.S. is going to be hosting the World Press Freedom Day event in 2011. That just is insane to me. We become the country that tries to take down WikiLeaks, and we are suddenly the shining example for freedom of the press. I mean, really, that just doesn't seem right. Especially since there, especially since, especially us and other countries as well, drove WikiLeaks completely to the dust these days. They've been releasing everything as soon as they get it, and I think the website was brought down for a while because of outside attacks that were linked to the U.S. And now there's a now there's a number of hacktivists supporting WikiLeaks, specifically hacktivists who are trying to support WikiLeaks through illegal means, and it just gets me thinking that nobody is right on this issue. WikiLeaks WikiLeaks, I see how they're trying to be noble, and I can definitely see how the US is being oppressive on their behalf. But on the other hand, some of the information that they're releasing is rather dangerous. I mean, they're releasing top secret military bases, things that the countries that they're in are allowing the US to use, but they're allowing the US to use them to stop terrorists. And that means that if that they put certain people at risk. They're releasing information on United States espionage missions, including some information about espionage missions that are ongoing. And that definitely puts people at risk. They're releasing diplomatic cables, which are vital for keeping diplomacy going because diplomats, of course, talk in private differently than they talk in public. And diplomacy is a public arena, and if their private opinions which may not represent the opinions of the country that they are representing, become knowledge to the diplomats that they're speaking with, who are of course only human and may not try to only act in the interest of the country that they're representing, it makes diplomacy crap. Uh, Finally, this isn't a completely current event, but why the hell do we still have Don't Ask, Don't Tell? There is no reason to keep it there. It's basically completely treating homosexuals and bisexuals and transsexuals and everybody else in the military completely different from uh, people who are, quote, normal. I think normal should be an insult. I always thought that normal implies average, and I want to be better than average. Don't you? That's it, basically. So, anyways, uh, this was a rant. I hope more than 4 of you watched this. Yes, 4 of you watched it last time. Peace.